Hi friends, my name is Jeanette and I want to thank you for joining me on the channel Jane Reads. And today we are going to talk about who won the 2025 Christy Awards. Back at the end of September, the finalists were announced for the Christy Awards. And then last night was the award ceremony where they announced who the winners are. Now, I was not able to tune in live to that stream of who they are. So I waited till this morning and I've avoided social media because I was worried I was going to see something. And I opened Instagram to read a message I got this morning, and my very first post, I just saw the little award symbol on the book, but I didn't see what the actual book was. I just saw that and I'm like, oh, I got to get off of here. So then I had my husband check on the website for the Christy Awards to see if it was on there. And it was. So I have commandeered his tablet so that I can find out. So I haven't actually seen what they are. So for the month of October, my Christian fiction prompt was to read one of the finalists' books. Well, I ended up reading, now not all in the month of September, October, because some of them I'd already read. But I ended up reading 7. I have 6 of them here. I own 4, 2 are from the library, and 1 I borrowed from the library earlier in the year and read it. So I have 7 books that I have read out of all the Christy Award finalists. There are, I believe, 9 categories. And out of the 7, I've read 1 from 7 different categories. So I've got 1 book from each category. Now, in the categories, are they the book that I read? Or do I need to add another book to my TBR at some point? So let's briefly go through what books I read and then we'll look at the results. So the one that I do not own is All We Thought We Knew by Michelle Shockley. I gave this 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. It was my first Michelle Shockley, and I have picked up another one since, and I bought another one as well. I've read another one since, and I bought another one to read. Okay, then Run It Love by Toni Shiloh. I just recently read this. Actually, I finished it earlier this week, so just a few days ago, and I gave it 4 stars. Until Our Time Comes by Nicole M. Miller. I read this one in October, and I gave it 4.5 stars. Between the Sound and Sea by Amanda Cox. I read this in October, and I gave it 5 stars. Walking on Hidden Wings by Rachel Scott McDaniel. I read this last December and I gave it 5 stars. Serial Burn by Lynette Eason. I read this one in January and I gave it 4 stars. And then there is the Something Borrowed novella collection. Now, each one of these novellas was nominated in the short form category. I read all 3 of them in October, and overall I gave the book 4 stars, but I do have a favorite of the series, of this collection, and that is A Heart in Disguise by Rachel Scott McDaniel. So we'll find out which one actually won. Okay, let's pull up the website. I don't always use his tablet, so I don't know where the buttons are. Okay. Oh, he left it on the page for me. The book of the year. The book of the year is All We Thought We Knew by Michelle Shockley. I loved this book. I gave it 5 stars. Now it's the book of the year. I need to get a physical copy of this book. That's reasoning, right? Okay. The Amplify Award for Christian fiction is Bitter and Sweet by Rhonda McKnight. I don't know this book. I don't know anything about it, but here's the cover. Okay, for contemporary romance. So in the contemporary romance category, the book I read was A Run It Love. And which one won? Oh, I should go this way. Oh, The Roads We Follow by Nicole Deese. So of course, the one I didn't read. I am interested in Nicole Deese's book. It's just this one was checked out when I went to go get the books. Okay. In first novel, the one I read was Until Our Time Comes. Nope. It was Darkfell by Amanda Wright. Okay. General fiction. I read Between the Sound and Sea by Amanda Cox. And the one that won is Between the Sound and Sea by Amanda Cox. I really had no doubt. I was really hoping this one would win. Okay. Then historical. Oh, it says it's a tie. The one I read for historical is All We Thought We Knew by Michelle Shockley. And it was the book of the year. So did it win in this category as well? Let's find out. It sort of did. So it's a tie between All We Thought We Knew and Born of Gilded Mountains by Amanda Dykes. Okay, next category is historical romance. I'm pretty sure. Walking on Hidden Wings by Rachel Scott McDaniel is the one I read in this category. Let's see what one. Nope. The one that won is As Sure as the Sea by Jamie Ogle. I think is how you pronounce the name. Okay. Next category was Mystery, Suspense, and Thriller. Serial Burn by Lynette Eason. What's the winner? Night Falls on Predicament Ave by Jamie Jo Wright. Not the one I read. Okay, short form. Okay, so that is the Something Borrowed collection. My favorite is A Heart in Disguise by Rachel Scott McDaniel. Then my second favorite was the Susie Fink Binder. What was it actually called? A Daffodil in the Dress. Okay, so let's see. Let's hope A Heart in Disguise. It was A Daffodil in the Dress by Susie Finkbeiner, which is fine. Oh, I didn't need to do... I'm like, I have the book. But that is my second favorite. So at least it's one that I read. I mean, I did read 3 of the 4 that were nominated in this category. So the chances... Yeah. Okay, then speculative. I did not read anything in this category. It's not something I read. But it says it's a tie. It says it's a tie, but there's only the logo on one of them. That is Memoira by J.J. Fisher. And for young adult, again, category I didn't read, don't read. And it is Chaos Grid by Lindsay Llewellyn, I think. So, I mean, overall, I read two of the books I read were winners. Between the Sound and Sea by Amanda Cox and the book of the year, All We Thought We Knew by Michelle Shockley. So, hey. But, I mean, still, they were finalists. I read some good books. So that is who won. Are you interested in winning? Yeah. Are you interested in reading any of these winner books? Nicole Deese is the one that really kind of I'd add to my list. I have never read Nicole Deese, but I've really wanted to. Yeah. Nicole Deese's book, The Roads We Follow, would be the one that I would add to my TBR from this list. I'd love to chat in the comments below. And I highly encourage you to give All We Thought We Knew by Michelle Shockley a try, and Between the Sound and Sea, if you have not read either one of these books. They are definitely my favorites from this list. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video today, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.